Friday, April 9th, 2021, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year, giving out free picks. Of course, we always try to win them all, but it doesn't always work out that way. Our best bets are found in our premium area on our website, and those are not just our best bets, but best bets from some of the other top handicappers in the world. I think we have 30 handicappers there, so always someone red hot at in our premium area, even if someone's ice cold. So that's always the nice thing about it. And then, of course, we also have our kind of dip your toe in the water product here. It's our YouTube premium picks. It's a fraction of the cost of the picks at the website. You don't get to pick your sport that you want your picks in. You don't get to pick the capper that you want. It's me, Brian, and Rod, and you don't get all of our premium picks for the day or anything, but you do get premium picks from us. You can get once or twice a day. That's up to you. But like I said, it is at a deeply, deeply discounted price. So, with sacrificing, what sport you get and how many of each sport and all those different things. And, also, maybe missing out on some of our really hot cappers that are over at the site. I don't hear too many complaints, so that's always a good thing. When you have that many people that are signed up for something, you don't have that many complaints, well, that always means you're doing something right. So if you haven't checked it out, it's definitely well worth at least taking a look at, I would say. And I think most of the people that have tried it are happy. You always have someone that no matter what you do, they're not going to be happy. So it's just the nature of the beast. I've been doing this, 15 years at least in the online space. So I already know that, you could go 10-1 and there's someone complaining about the one, and they'll go like on the one video of the loss, right? And they'll be like, you suck, you never win, you've never won it, you lost every game. It's like, and you just lost one. I mean, it happens. I mean, I'm not saying we go 10-1 every day or anything like that. I'm just saying that, it's the nature of the beast. I understand. That's what I signed up for by doing this stuff. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys that tune in every day. Be sure to smash the like button. Got Brian and Rod with us. And I think Rod's been pretty hot lately in his picks.
Rod's at the top of the leaderboard.
Rod, it's been pretty hot, man. I think this is, since we started the multi-capper site, this might be Rod's best run. So you might as well jump on it. Rod's had some good days. He's had some good weeks and stuff, but I think this is his best overall run.
Nice little run, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing of having the multi-capper site. It's like, Rod, everyone gets into a rut, it happens. It's just the nature of the beast. And it's like, like right now with baseball with me, it's like I've had a terrible start to baseball, but every single game that I've lost, except for like maybe one or two out of all the games I've lost, the team that I've picked has been in the lead in that game, and has lost. So it's not like I'm just way, way off. It's just, it's the depth in the bullpen and, a couple bad bounces, the nature of the beast. You're going to get, in gambling and betting, you're going to get some bounces that go your way. You're going to have some bounces that go the other way. And hopefully, it all levels out in the end. It never seems to, right? You always remember the ones that go against you.
You always remember the beatdowns where it's just those ruts you seem to remember. You remember a lot more than
this is the one that I've been on has been just absolutely horrible. But I know it will come out of it. I always play to the back of my baseball card, so it's most cappers do. So generally that just means I'm probably on a heading for a midsummer heater. I think it was 5 years ago. I saw it on my Facebook memories. But that same year, there was a memory that came up. So I know it was 5 years ago. I had a July where I think I lost 2 games. I mean, it was like ridiculous. It was like I'd give out 5 baseball games. They all would win like every single day. And all my dog of the days, I think I had 38 in a row on dog of the day at the same time. It was like, it happens, And it's like it goes the other way too on you. And that's the nature of the beast. That is betting. The guys who never lose and the guys who hit 90% and those guys, you know what you call those guys, Brian? Brian, what's the technical term for those guys? There's a couple of them, but what's one of the technical terms for the guys that hit 85% and all that other stuff?
boiler room guys.
Well, I call them Twitter handicappers is what I call them. But liar is a good one. Phony is a good one. But yeah, I mean, but the general term is Twitter handicapper. Is the general term.
Fly by night handicapper.
Yeah, it's like where you
they
can
pop in and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, where'd that guy go?
VIP, whatever. You should see the emails I get from people that want to be a handicapper on our site. I mean, you should see this. It's like, are you even familiar with the real world? It's like, I would never want someone like that, man. I don't understand it. And it's like, then I also get emails from people saying, I lost money betting on this guy's picks or this guy's picks. And then you look at the site because you never heard of the guy. And it's like, how could anyone even send, if someone's sending this guy money, then I must be doing something wrong, But, yeah, it's not that, a lot of people think it's easy or like they think a hot streak, one hot streak defines it. There's a lot more to it than that. I think
for me, it's a tale of two worlds for me.
Yeah,
I think baseball is super shitty, and my NBA is on a 12-0 run. So,
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
It's the nature of the beast. My NBA is definitely picking up. My baseball's been terrible. My NBA is definitely getting better.
Well, Blue Jays lost in the 11th inning yesterday or 12th. I forget which inning it was, but they had chances. They just couldn't get the guy in from third. So. I
shot my worst round of golf that I've shot probably in a year and a half yesterday. I hadn't played in a long time, and I lost my contact lens, so I couldn't see, So it made it really difficult out there. I don't have like a backup pair of glasses in my golf bag or a backup contact lens, so I lost my contact lens, and it just makes it hard to see. I mean, obviously you're looking at the ball, it's just, not that far away from you most of the time, and then you have the scope now that does the yardage and everything for you. But still, it's nice to be able to see. And I played skins. I had two like really tight shots for a lot of skins, and I made, and it's like I made the putts, but some guy buried, both times, guy buried, 15-footer on me. So it's the nature of the beast with skins as well. I won, I had 3 greenies though, which is always fun. Stuck a 6-iron on number 10, 178. It was probably 8-10 feet. Anyways, enough of that. We got a lot of NBA today, man, and we got a lot of Major League Baseball. We have our new Pick Dogs merchandise stuff is ready. It's like a new store. I don't run the store, so I don't, have any say over it or anything, but someone else runs it. I just put our brand on it. But we have hats and that a lot of people asked for. We have 2 different styles of hats. We've got hoodies. Got
coffee mugs.
No, we don't have mugs. Anyways, we got all kinds of stuff. I got a link for you guys. The coffee cups were for sale on the other site. On the other one.
Yeah, I saw that.
We had those forever on there. So
they seemed too cheap to me. They were only $10 for the coffee cup, and I was like, I wonder if they're okay or not.
What clubs
for $10?
What clubs do you use? So I just switched my irons out about 3 or 4 months ago. I used PXG irons, and I have PXG hybrid, and I have a ping hybrid, and then I have ping. I use a ping driver and just 5-wood. I took the 3-wood out of my bag, so that's what I use. Then I have a Scotty Cameron putter. Forget what it's called. Newport 2 is the model. That is 35-inch with 20-gram weights, maybe 25 grams. I don't know. I'm not that into all that gear and all that other stuff. I use Pro V1 balls, but it's like I don't really understand all the gear and all the. I'm not like one of these guys that reads Golf Magazine, and I don't even like know when the new stuff comes out unless I see somebody else using it, or someone at the clubhouse will say something about it. But I don't follow all of that stuff, and I don't really care. But I did like I had been playing ping blueprint irons that are blades, and I hit the PXGs, and I just really, really liked the feel of them. So I bought a set of them, and I really love the PXGs. I just love them. I just like that I can get distance like when I was 20 years old, with these clubs. It's nice, that I can hit a 9-iron, 140, and I can hit a 7-iron 160, 165. It's I like it. It's fun. Makes it fun. Get some good height. Anyways, Pacers against the Magic, the Celtics against the Timberwolves, the Knickerbockers are taking on the Grizz, and then we got the Pels and the 76ers. Where's my pen? All right. Brian, who do you got in these 4?
Yeah, I'm going to get on the Indiana Pacers minus the points against Orlando. Pacers are sitting 1 game behind the Knicks right now for that last spot in the Eastern Conference. I know the Magic are a scrappy bunch, and the line, this isn't my type of game, but I just think the Pacers have the more talented team, and they should be able to get a 7-point win here. And then I'm going to take the 76ers minus the 6 against the Pelicans. Again, the line doesn't really scream 76ers here, but the Pelicans look like they have no heart. They'd be getting blown out, and I think the Sixers can easily win this game by double digits.
Someone's saying you can't touch the answer putter. I used the answer putter for a long time when I used to golf like 25, 30 years ago, and I liked it, but it's like the putter is something that's so personal. That's why they make so many different kinds. It's like some people like a blade, some people can't use a blade, some people use a mallet, some people it's like that's why there's so many different kinds. But I really like the Newport too. I just like the way the ball lines up on it. I like the feel of it. Our club is a U.S. Open qualifier club, so it's like super difficult conditions, and the greens are really lightning fast. So it's like I just like the feel that you get off that Newport putter. It's just it's all personal, but they're holding the U.S. Open qualifier in 2 weeks at our club. It's that tough.
I'll have to write that down. Newport putter.
Newport, Scotty Cameron, Newport 2 I use. The Newport 2. They have the Newport.
I need a new putter.
The Camerons are all good. I mean, but the pings are great too. I have an Odyssey putter right over here. I never use it. Someone traded me. I traded them a hybrid that I had that I never used. And they're like, they're like, oh, I'll give you this putter. And it's like, I didn't even want the putter they gave it to me. It's just sitting in the closet. And I have an Odyssey putter sitting there doing nothing. And I also have another Cameron sitting there too. I have 3 Camerons. And I have an Odyssey. I only use the one that I have, the Newport. Rod. A lot of golf talk today.
Yeah, and what's his name? Off to a nice 7 big huge lead. He played great. The guy from England, Justin Rose.
Yeah, you're gonna win the Masters on Thursday. That's for
no,
sure.
No, exactly. We've seen him way out in front before on like Friday and Saturday, and then he just.
No, he's won before.
But he's good.
Yeah, it means nothing.
Oh, it means absolutely nothing one day. He had a good first day. Can he keep it going?
I remember when he was an amateur, Justin Rose. He holed out on the 18th British Open.
Yeah, good golfer.
Anyways, who do you like in these games?
I agree. I'm going to take the Pacers here over Orlando as well. Pacers have they like to come to Orlando and play. They're 9-1 ATS their last 10 games in Orlando. A good spot for Orlando here, or for the Pacers to come in and get a nice win. Orlando up 3 straight losses. Haven't looked so hot, so we're gonna take the Pacers here. I also like the Celtics. I think they got a nice double-digit win in them here over the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are 0-7, 0-7. 0-7 in Boston the last 7, and 0-7 the last 7 meetings versus Boston.
This Celtics team is a shell of those Celtics teams that they're 0-7 against. Shell.
I know.
A shell. I mean, a shell.
They pop up again.
That's like saying the Warriors are 14-2 against the Clippers in the last 16. It's like when they had Durant and the Clippers were dumpster fire. So it's whatever. And then you got an Eastern team and a Western team, so they don't play that. They only play every twice a year, and last year they didn't play at all, right? So now you have all right,
you've got 16-10 at home and 5-22 on the road for the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves stink. Stink. I'll take the Celtics in a nice double-digit blowout win of the Timberwolves here.
Your Rod might be onto something.
And I'll take an under in Memphis and New York. New York and their solid defense comes up and shuts down the Grizzlies nicely. We get a nice under 215.5. I know it opened at 213 and rising, and I take the under 215.5 in that one.
That it?
That's it. Yeah, I'm not.
Minnesota layup for me, taking the Timberwolves. I just think this line opened at 9. It's already at 8.5. It might move back up. It really doesn't matter. The Celtics are a shell of the teams that comprised any of those statistics. And when you look at the Timberwolves, this team's 5-0 against the number following a straight-up loss, which is a much more relevant trend than some Celtics game that they played 6 years ago. And when you look at the Celtics, it's this team. They've only beaten the really bad teams. It's not like they're beating the good teams. They beat the Bucks, and really that's an outlier of their entire thing. But when you look at the Timberwolves, when they're getting the big points, they cover. When they're not getting the big points. So if you look at their last 6 games, which once again to me is a lot more relevant than a game from 2015. You look at the game against the Brooklyn Nets, who was a lot better than the Celtics. They were getting 10.5 in that one. Didn't matter. They lost by 5. That one was at Brooklyn. Then against the Knicks, they beat them outright, and they were getting 3 in that one. They lost to the Grizz, but the Grizz are flying right now. So then they lost to the Sixers by 9. They were getting 13.5 in that thing. Then against the Kings, they beat them. The Kings are dumpster fire right now. And then they lost to the Pacers by 4. They were getting 2. In most normal situations, they'd be getting 4.5 in the game like that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Meanwhile, the Celtics, they couldn't even cover against the Knicks last time, 101-99. They're a 3-point favorite in that one. They've covered twice in their last 6 games. I'm not buying into it, and it's too many points. It's a Minnesota layup all day. That's just what I'm saying. It's just for me. Rod likes the Celtics.
Oh, yeah. Double-digit blowout win.
What was the score of that 2000?
I like the Celtics also.
It's funny because he's, well, yeah, doesn't really matter. And for me, that's it for those. I like the Magic also, so I'm going against these guys in both of those.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I like the Magic too. I think that this line looks fishy. And the Magic have just been covering like no one's business, so no reason to believe they don't here. While the Pacers are kind of, I think the Pacers win by 2. It's one of those type of games.
I think it's because the Pacers are on a back-to-back, aren't they? And Orlando's off a day off. That's probably why that line's at 4.5 and not 7.
Orlando's back from a road trip, and the Pacers aren't on a back-to-back.
They didn't play yesterday.
No, they didn't.
No.
They played that game against Minnesota that I was just talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Magic have lost 3 in a row, and they have only covered in one of those. But before that, they had a massive cover streak. I think this is another one of those games. I think the Pacers might win, but I think this is like a 2-point game, and the Pacers playing a lot of those, a lot of them. Anyways, we got the Hawks and the Bulls. We got the Bucks and the Hornets. We got Denver and San Antonio, Golden State and Washington, and the Clippers against the Rockets.
Now, for me, I was really leaning towards the Chicago Bulls this morning, but as this day progresses and we're getting more action on the sample, I think Atlanta Hawks are the way to go at home here. Chicago Bulls have been a streaky team, mostly bad, and I don't think this number's too heavy to lay here, -1.5 with Atlanta Hawks. And then the Denver Nuggets took out the Spurs pretty easily, but this is a back-to-back. Spurs are back-to-back matchup with the Spurs. And Spurs well coached. You're getting 8.5 public all over the Denver Nuggets, who've won 7 straight. I'll take a chance with the Spurs and all those points. And also the Rockets plus the 12 against the Clippers. Clippers off that easy win for us last night against Phoenix Suns. But who knows who's going to start for the Clippers on a back-to-back. I'll take the points in the Rockets.
What were your picks, Brian?
I took the Houston Rockets plus 12 or 11.5, whatever the current line is sitting at. I'll take the Spurs plus 8.5 and Atlanta Hawks -1.5.
Rod, how about you?
For me and the Bulls and Atlanta Hawks, I'm going to take the under 227. I see it sitting at. But Atlanta Hawks definitely playing way better defense. That's too many points there. We're going to take the under in that one. I think that's too many points. I think the Spurs come to play with the Nuggets today. Give me the Spurs plus the points in that one. I also like the Bucks. I'm going to take the Bucks double-digit win over the Hornets at home here. Bucks like to play at home and get wins and cover, so maybe they've got the people. The line there saying because you're not sure if Mutombo's going to play, but I think he's going to play. So, and I like the Wizards and the Warriors to go over. We're definitely gonna have a track meet in that one. With the over. What's it at? 239.5. Yeah, I love the over in that one. Lots of points scored. And I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Clippers over the Rockets. The Clippers 8-1 this year on the back-to-back against the number. So I think everyone's going to play for the Clippers, and they get a nice blowout win over the Rockets. Give me the Clippers in that one.
So you got the comment where this guy thinks that the sports books, when they make the lines, don't realize who's on the Magic roster. You know, we always get like a comment like this guy's out or this guy's whatever, and especially it's always like a guy that's been out for a month or something, you know. And it's like, yeah, the books don't know this when they make the lines that the Magic traded all their players away. It's like, so you're saying that like if Tom Brady plays in a game and he doesn't play in a game, then the line is the same? Is that how that works? You might want to do a little bit more research here because that's not how it works. The guys who make the lines are fully aware of who's playing and who's not. As a matter of fact, they have a more insight into it than we do. But anyways, I like the Hornets for sure against the Bucks. The Bucks are a lousy cover team, and on a back-to-back, that game against Dallas last night was a war, man. I know that the final score was one-sided, but up until the last 2 to 3 minutes of that game, it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was never more than like 2 or 3, 4 points separating those teams. And even when a team took a 4-point lead, the other team came right back and grabbed the lead on them. It was like that the entire game until the last 2 or 3 minutes, and the Bucks wore down. I think they're in trouble here against a Hornets team that really, really needs the win. I don't know if the Hornets get the win, but they're in a tight playoff situation there. I also love the Nuggets against the Spurs. The Spurs are crap, man. This team is falling like this. I mean, this is exactly what they've done. They've been the worst team over the last month. Worse than the Rockets, worse than the Timberwolves, worse than anyone. The worst team has been the San Antonio Spurs. And to make it even all more confusing than that is that this was a team that was at the bottom of the Western Conference playoff standings in the 8th spot. Now they've dropped to the 9th spot, and they're only a game ahead of the Warriors for that 9th spot, because now you have the 9th spot gets the play-in game, right? So it's like the 9th spot, and so the Spurs have been a dumpster fire of dumpster fires. This team, you want to talk about your trends, Rod Zawacki, 2-8 against the number in their last 10, and they haven't even caught a whiff of it. I mean, it's not like, they barely didn't cover or anything like that. They have been stomped, and re-stomped on a nightly basis. Their only 2 wins are against the Kings, right, on that back end of the back-to-back, and they beat the Bulls. But outside of that, they've lost 4 in a row. They haven't even been in the area code of a cover in any of those games. And then that game against the Kings that they lost the night before they came back and bounced back in them, 132-115. If it was a fight, they would have stopped it. Then it was like the games against the Clippers, the back-to-back against the Clippers. Oh, you want to talk about a pound downtown. That one, those 2 games, I mean, I don't even know how they can call themselves professionals the way they played in those games. And, I mean, this Spurs collapse is as bad as any collapse that we've ever seen. This was a team that 2 weeks ago was in the playoffs comfortably, and now they're on the outside looking in. This team is going straight down, and DeRozan's in, all that other stuff. They got no excuses anymore. What they have is a roster that doesn't have the depth and is just deteriorating day by day, because of the lack of depth. It's kind of like the Knicks, right? Where it's like we love the Knicks, we love their young enthusiasm, anything like that. But over the course of an 82-game schedule, you can't maintain that level of play without depth. And, you look at the Lakers, you look at, any of the good teams, they have depth, The Spurs obviously are lacking it because it's coming down to crunch time, and they're getting crunched. I don't know how you guys have the Spurs here. You can look at all the numbers you want, but I'll tell you what, the big numbers, the Spurs are terrible, man. 2-8 against the number in the last 10, and have earned every bit of those non-covers.
It was a 10-point game 2 nights ago, and now the line's up to 8.5. I'll take the Spurs plus the points.
It looks like a huge filet of fish patty there for me. I wouldn't touch the Nuggets with 10-foot pole.
Murray's questionable. Murray's going to be out for this game. Yeah, I'll take the Spurs plus the points.
They were never in that game.
The 10-point game, no Murray for this one. I'll take
7-point win max for Nuggets.
Yep.
I'll bet you a case of hats on that one. I think the Nuggets win by 20.
It is a Friday. Fridays are typically public days, so who knows?
You think a 2-point move was created by the public with 79% of the money?
This is a back-to-back spot. I think the Spurs will
63% of the bets are on them, so that shows that there's public there, but there's also 79% of the money, which means it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Both sides are on the Nuggets.
I think it'll drop to 8. I think it'll go down 0.5 point yet.
Well, then I'll bet it again. I think it's going higher. I think it's going to 9.
I guess we'll see.
The Spurs are terrible.
Premium show,
Spurs
check it out.
Terrible, man. Terrible. I also like the Rockets. I know the Clippers are great on the back-to-back, but how many times are they laying? A dozen, in those covers. Probably not many of them. I'm going to take the Rockets here, who are actually playing a lot better basketball than they were playing. They're 3-7 in their last 10, 5-5 against the number. That's miles ahead of where they were.
Who's to say at 6 o'clock they don't decide to rest somebody? Clippers. I'll take a shot with the Rockets.
We have a store, a Pick Dog store. I'll post the link in the description. It's brand new. It just opened today. I don't run it. It's just the best part about it. So, any questions, any issues, any problems? I got no idea. But there's hats and shirts, hoodies, and like these phone wallets that I use. Like I like the wallet that attaches to your phone. Where you just put a couple credit cards in your driver's license. We got those too. Really, really nice ones. Like really,
koozies. What do they call those things you put around your drink?
No, we don't have all that stuff. We could get it if people want it. I mean, I just wanted to start with a few things because I put up the money for it, but I didn't. I'm not running it in any stretch. It's not even. I don't have the stuff here.
I'll send you an email. Where's the koozie?
Send it. You won't be sending it to me. You'll be sending it to somebody else. That's fine. I'm good with that. Mitch doesn't have time to run the company store. That's for sure. I'll post the link in the comments. Just get it. It's pickdogsmerch.com. URL. Pickdogsmerch. Ooh, man. That was fun NBA segments. It's fun when we don't agree on anything. That's the best. It's like, I mean, we don't have. I mean, I think Rod and I disagree on every pick. I think Brian and I have like two that we like: the Rockets. That's it.
The Hornets. I also like the Hornets. I got in this morning at +9. I see it at 8. I think it's a good value.
Let's see what we got. I want to post that link. So everyone can get their own merch, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. You got hoodies, the good ones, the really nice shirts, all this stuff that you guys want. There it is, pickdogsmerch.com. I posted it in the comments of our YouTube channel. This is the URL for those of you watching it on other things where you can get the merch. Got what are you selling today, Brian? Anything?
I'll tell you what. 12 straight.
We don't care. What
NBA,
are you selling? We don't care. What
12 straight NBA
don't
premiums
care.
I've cashed.
Don't
12
care.
and 0.
Don't care.
I got my NBA Friday no limit play, my best bet of the day. If you want my best bet, it's in the NBA Friday no limit info, $30, pickdogs.com. Or my 3-pack includes 2 baseball and that NBA no limit info as I go for 13 and 0 in the NBA.
Rod, what are you selling?
And for me, it's Steak Friday. I got a nice 5-pack up there. A nice MLB triple and 2 NBA slam dunks. Love this place today. We're going to keep crushing the bookies. Jump aboard. Get them over at Pick Dogs Premium.
Oh, someone said, so I for Robert Schaefer, I apologize then. So he was just saying that that Brian does his research. That's all he was saying. It was, I read it wrong. So, what's it? Filet of Fish Friday? So you have?
Yep.
Rod, is that what you're selling?
No, I got Steak Friday.
Oh, Filet of Fish Friday? It's Filet of Fish Friday. Senior Square Friday. Mitch is jealous of Brian's NBA streak. I don't think so. I won NBA last year, and you don't hear me talking about it, right? I think I mentioned it twice. Okay, I was the leader of NBA last season on the leaderboards, and it wasn't even close. It was a dusting. It was a pounding. It was like just if it was a picking contest or something. I won the contest. It was actually the best record I've ever seen of any NBA handicapper for a season. Last season I had. And you never hear me talk about it. It's not my style. But it's like I'm not jealous of anything. Trust me. I'm not jealous.
I'll catch you this year. I'll hit 60 by the end of the year.
I hope so, man. I hope you hit 70. It's not a contest, man. Believe me, we're all on the same team. I just want to win some money. I can give two shits if it's you that turns me on to a winner. I could care less, man. If it's you or Rod that turns me on to a winner, I'm great, man. If it's one of our audience members that tells me something that I don't know, hey, man, I'm in. I'm not betting against you guys. I'm betting against the books. Brian, how many bets have you paid me off on?
None.
0. Right. And how many have I paid you off on? 0, man. We're not betting against each other. This isn't a picking contest. I know for some of the guys it's like an ego thing, but it's not for me, man. I could care less. We did a show from my house. I think I'm okay. It's like, you want to do the ego show? We'll do another tour of my house, and we'll do one from the club. From the golf club too. You guys want to see how my betting is going? I'll gladly show you. But it's like, it's really not the same thing, man. It's like, we're just, we're all, I consider we're all in this together. Another thing I want to say before we get into baseball. So in the Facebook group, Facebook has like a lot of new policies. And I know that's like, we don't talk politics or anything like this. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree with any of the Facebook policies. But if you say something to somebody that's potentially inappropriate, they report that as, they have categories of what these are, so it's like bullying, harassment, all these things, and it's like, it goes against Facebook policy. I don't know if they close our group down or what, I don't know what will happen, but it's like, you guys be nice to each other, man. It's like,
what's considered bullying?
Well, when you call somebody names or like something, whatever. I'm not really sure what it is because they don't show me the post. They just take it. Rod's a moderator. Have you seen one? When I go to check it, when I go to check it, the post is always gone, man. Anyways. Baseball been very, very bad to me. So the Blue Jays, right? So in the extra innings, I had the Jays yesterday. And I don't know what the hell I was thinking, because I really like the Cardinals, and I didn't put those in, of course. I put the Jays in. And I don't know, the way that it works, it's like the guy who made the last out of last inning. So it could be the fattest guy, right? Is on second base. And it's like, there's like this throwing error, right? It goes beyond the catcher, like all the way back to the screen. The guy doesn't even advance to third. Which Major League Baseball player had their jersey retired before they retired? We'll give you the answer in 5 minutes.
What?
I'm going to guess it was Mariano Rivera, who was 42, and Jackie Robinson was 42, right? So the jersey was already retired because all 42s are retired, and Mariano Rivera was already number 42. How about that? I bet you there's a bunch of guys in that. Is that Brian? Would you think that that's the answer? Even if it's not the answer, it is a correct answer.
That's logical.
It is a correct answer. It's got to be Mariano Rivera because he was 42, and then they retired Jackie Robinson's number while he was playing. But there was other 42s also. It's Mariano Rivera. Even if that's not the answer to that question, it is correct. Anyway, speaking of Mariano Rivera, got the Yankees and the Rays kicking things off. It's the home opener for a lot of teams today, too. Got the Rays and the Yankees, the Dodgers, and the Nationals. Joe Ross has still got a gig. Can you believe that? Joe Ross is still with the varsity.
Right.
Johnny Cueto's pitching today against Austin Gomber. Ooh, that Arenado trade not looking so good after that first outing. I think he walked 7. And then Andrew Heaney, the most overrated prospect to come down the pipe in quite some time, who really turned out to be quite ordinary in Toronto. Who is the Toronto pitcher in this gem? They're still undecided about this. I didn't do a video.
Yeah.
I didn't do a video on this one because they couldn't decide who the pitcher is going to be. Hint: he was a first baseman. It's Mariano Rivera. Either way, Mariano Rivera is correct. There's got to be a bunch of them. Anyways, you still sound envious, Mitch. Yes, I'm envious of someone who can't even show their face with a fake profile and fake name. Yes, I'm very envious. I am so envious, man. I think it's because my spa at my house that overlooks the ocean only holds 10 people. It's like a 12-person. You got a nice dozen people in there. That's part of the problem, Eddie Murray is the answer. I love Eddie Murray. Great player. One of my favorites. Yes, Brian, you like any of these? You going with Joe Ross here?
Oh, man.
He's right up your alley.
I'm going through the McDonald's drive-thru Filet-O-Fish line. I'm going to take the Yankees and Corey Kluber. I know that they usually have trouble with the Rays, but Rich Hill is just I can't get into Rich Hill today. So I'm going to back the Yankees for $134, whatever the money line is. And I'm going to stay away from Nationals and Dodgers because Dodgers are about as square as you can get today on the run line. I'm just not going to touch it. And to me, Johnny Cueto laying -160 at home, just, I don't know, it seems like a lot of juice to lay with the Giants. I know the Rockies are on a back-to-back. Gomber looked like crap, but I'm going to take a chance with the Rockies at +144. Maybe plus the 1.5 also. But be clear, I'm going to take the Rockies on the money line. I'm not going to play it safe. I think the Rockies could easily win this game outright. I'm not laying 160 with Cueto.
So who do you got? The Rockies and Yankees?
You got the Colorado Rockies on the money line and the New York Yankees on the money line.
How about you, Rod?
For me, I'll take the Yankees as well. I don't trust Rich Hill. Yuck. I think he's going to get lit up like a Christmas tree. So give me the Yankees on the run line. Blow out the Rays again. And I'll take the Dodgers. Square fish patty since it's Fish Day Friday.
Yankees, Dodgers, really?
Blow up Joe. Yeah, of course, Joe Ross. Yikes! He's pitched 16 and 2/3 innings against the Dodgers in his career, and he's got a nice 7 ERA.
Well, it's Joe Ross. That's Joe.
And he hasn't pitched in a year. Nah, he's in trouble. Joe Ross is going to get rossed right up.
Too good to be true.
I know.
My too good to be true play yesterday. Easy winner.
Hey, what was our my cup of juice? My cup of juice is going to be the Dodgers.
Big cup of juice.
Big cup of juice. Give me the Dodgers. Dodgers. Big cup of juice. And the Angels and the Jays, I'll take that over again. Heaney's pitching. Who knows who's pitching for the Jays? We're just going to get a bunch more runs again like we did last night. Same thing. Over. I'll take the over in the Angels and Jays.
I like the Rays here against the Yankees. That line looks very, very funny to me. Only +115 on Rich Hill at home against Corey Kluber, the former Cy Young Award winner. I will gladly take the Tampa Bay Rays at home, who have had tremendous success at home against the Yankees over the years. Tremendous. I think they absolutely own the Yankees in Tampa over the years. I don't even have the stats in front of me, but I'll look at the trends in the head-to-head. I'm going to guess Tampa's won 80 of the last 83 in Tampa against the Yankees or something. Let's see what it is. It's going to be something ridiculous. 9 of the last 11. It's
That's true. Rich Hill stinks, though.
Ownership. It doesn't matter if it's Rich Hill. 9-2 means that it hasn't always been Blake Snell and Glass now or whatever. It means 9-2 means everybody beats them. Everybody gets a turn. I'm taking the Rays in this one. They finally get back home. They haven't been home yet. This is their home opener. They own the Yankees. Rays all day layup. Also, I like the over in the Nationals Dodgers game. Walker Buehler, another one of those guys. Oh, they're never going to be able to hit this guy. He throws 8 million miles an hour, straight as an arrow, right? So he gets hit all the time. And then, of course, Joe Ross is, he's one of our favorites, right? He's one of our guys, So it's like over 8.5. I'd way rather go for that than minus 288 with you guys. Senior squares.
When did I say I was taking the Dodgers?
Well, you said Rockies, Yankees, and you also, you said you were a fillet of fish. So I just figured I'd throw the Dodgers in for you. I have it right here, fillet of fish. Anyways, I like that over in the Dodgers Nationals. I think that's the layup there. I always take Johnny Cueto. I don't like the minus 160 though, so I'm probably not betting it. I love betting against Andrew Heaney, but the Jays were just so pathetic yesterday. Gonna have to just abstain from that one. We go to our last 5. Julio Teheran takes on Zach Plesac in Cleveland. The Braves against the Phillies, round 2. Zach Wheeler, you want to talk about another whacked line. Okay, this is worse than the Rich Hill line. Look at this thing. So Zach Wheeler allowed one hit last time. He struck out 38, and he only faced 17 batters, but he still struck out 38 of them. And here he is as plus 116 dog. He opened at plus 105 and has actually dropped another $10. Charlie Morton against Wheeler. So you want to talk about the someone knows something. Then you got Joe Musgrove as a minus 177 favorite against the Rangers. I mean, what world are we living in? And then Lance McCullers against Sean Manaea in Houston. The A's are just never going to beat the Astros all season. And then so Taylor Widener, who looked really good in his first start for the Diamondbacks, is up against Tyler Mahle in the nightcap. I like these 5 a lot. I only gave out 1 premium today in baseball, but actually maybe that's because maybe today's the day I get them all right. Rod, maybe I'm going to put more in. I really like these. Rod, or Brian, who do you like in these?
I'm going to give out Phillies and Braves on the drive-thru today, so make sure you tune in and check that out. I'm going to take Julio Teheran on the run line plus.
What game are you giving in the premium show today?
That's yet to be decided. We have to all talk and we'll figure that out.
All
I think
right.
I'm going to do my.
We should
NBA.
be doing that. That's what we should be saying instead of who's going to be on the drive-thru. Say, I'm going to give out this game in the premium today.
I'm going to give out my NBA pick, and I'm 12-0 in the NBA last 12, so I'm going to give those out to the early subscribers. Anyway, out of this group, I'm going to take the Tigers plus the 1.5. The Tigers seem to be playing the Indians tight. I think they can keep it within 1 run. And there's no way I'm laying all that juice with the Padres or the Astros. I'm going to take a shot with the Athletics on the money line. I think Sean Manaea can have a good start, and McCullers isn't a minus 165 pitcher. So Oakland's been burning me all season. I'll give him an opportunity to burn me again. I'm going to take Oakland on the money line.
So there was another pick there, the A's, and who else? That was it, just the A's?
Just the Oakland A's on the money line and the Detroit Tigers plus the 1.5.
Tigers run line. Rod, how about you?
For me, I think Indians fast wake up in this one. They just seen Julio last Saturday, so I'm gonna take the Indians team total over 5, as I think they get easily over 5 in that one. Definitely fast wake up. And the Braves game, I'm gonna take over 7.5. As Braves bats are gonna wake up as well. Wheeler's not gonna hold teams to 1 hit. I like the Braves as well. Even the Braves and the over in that one.
That's it.
I was kind of thinking under in that Phillies-Braves game.
Yeah, that's all I liked in that one. Why? Because Wheeler came out and
Wheeler looked like a stud, and he is a stud. And I think Morton could hold the Phillies bats down in that game. I was thinking under, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm gonna take over. I like the over.
Got a lot of crabby people on the chat today. What the hell's the matter with people?
He should be in a good mood after yesterday.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of jerks out there. I'll tell you that. I've been online so long, man. It's like, it's all old hat to me. It's like, it doesn't make it okay. That's for sure. What compels you to do that? Because they're better than you, Brian. I'll tell you that much. It's you that they're going on, not me this time. Which is, I enjoy that, but it's I don't understand.
Why? Because they took the Yankees.
No, I don't know what. No, they just don't like you. It's like it's always something ridiculous that has nothing to do with anything. Anyways, let's get back into it. I like the Braves here against the Phillies. Charlie Morton minus 126. Something smells funny there. I like that one. I also like the over in that A's Astros game. Lance McCullers Jr. Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea, I don't even know will make it to the mound. Sean Manaea, I think, is the most. He holds the record, I think, for most times as being listed as the starter and not actually starting the game. So I like the over in that one. Oh, man, I put Rod's picks in mine. Crap. All right, I can fix it. So Nats, and these three are these two are Rods, and then this one. I took the Braves, and then the over in the Astros A's. Okay. I feel better. We go to the ice. We skate onto. It was too good to be true, the Jets yesterday. We took them on the puck line. They won it outright, but we had the puck line, which was even better because we got to pay minus 225. It was too good to be true, Brian. It was too good to be true. My Mitchie Pucks pick did not pan out for me. The Islanders won the game, right? But they didn't cover the puck line, like I said they were going to.
Yeah, the Flyers yesterday took a loss on that one.
Yeah, you did take it. You did take one on the chin. Anyways, got the Islanders and the Rangers. This is always a fun one. Then you got the Devils and the Penguins. So I'm watching the Masters. Justin Rose is 450 yards, 450-yard par 4. He's got a 7-iron or something on his second shot. It's unbelievable. He's struggling. Oh, he put it in the bunker.
Struggling, though. Struggling.
Oh, Augusta will do that to you, man.
No, yeah.
Those greens are just ridiculous. So you got the Islanders, Rangers, the Devils, Penguins, Sabres against the Capitals, and the Blues against the Smudges.
Yeah, I'm going to take the New York Rangers. I lost with them last night. I'm going to go a little less tonight. I think last time they played the Islanders, they lost 2-0 last month. I think they bounce back and get a win here. And then the other, the Minnesota Wild at minus 118, minus 120. The Blues beat the Vegas Golden Knights, but that didn't do too much for me. I think the Blues are still going to struggle against the Wild team that making a nice playoff push here. So my best bet's the Minnesota Wild today in hockey.
How about you, Rod?
For me, I think the Penguins come in and whoop up on the Devils. Both teams played last night, I believe. Devils whooped up on Buffalo. Penguins got to win as well. I like the Penguins here, beat up the Devils. And the Rangers, the Battle of New York here. I'm going to take it. It's going to go to overtime in this one. This game will not be decided until you hit overtime, so you can find a tie game after 60 minutes. I'm looking at it at about plus 310 right now if you get this game goes to overtime. And who's going to win it in overtime? I'm going to take the Islanders to win it in overtime. A solid home team. They've only lost once in regulation at home. Once in overtime all year. And I'm going to take a shot with Buffalo. Buffalo to beat Washington. Everybody's all over Washington. I think Buffalo steals a win today.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right. I like the Devils on the puck line. I'm just trying to bring up the odds on what that is. But Devils puck line is my pick. Plus the 1.5. Could be the Mitchie pucks play of the day. I think it's
just make it plus 2.5. That's more of a juice play.
Well, that would be too good to be true, Brian.
As a hot diggity dog, you take him plus 2.5.
Yeah, it could be, or it's too good to be true. I like that one of these. I think this is a tough hockey card. I think that's what you have here. Is a really, really tough card. I think that Rangers-Islanders game, I don't know if it goes overtime or whatever, but I agree with Rod that it's a 1-point game, 1-goal game. The Rangers-Islanders.
You take the Rangers plus the puck and a half.
I don't really. I just. I don't love it. Don't love it. VJ Singh's hitting it out of the water with a wedge in Augusta. Oh God.
VJ is?
Yeah. He got it onto the. I don't know if it came all the way out or not.
Poor VJ.
We've all done that before. Well, he's got a couple jackets, I believe.
Yeah.
He's going to make it. That kid's going to make it.
He already made it.
I don't know. I like the smudges here also. I'm going to go with the smudges. We got Vegas against... Oh, these are the too good to be true lines. We got the Vegas minus 232 against the Desert Dogs. We got the Ducks plus 292 against minus 345 the Avalanche. $99 play for Brian there. And then the Sharks versus Kings, which is a tough one. Brian, any of those three?
Yeah, it's not a tough one for me. I'm going to take the San Jose Sharks at minus 125. They've been off since Tuesday, stewing over their 5-1 loss to the Ducks. I think they come back and get a win here against the Kings. Opened up at minus 105. We've seen it jump to minus 125. I think the Sharps are all over San Jose tonight late. So I'm going to jump.
The Sharps are on the Sharks.
The Sharps are on the Sharks. Yeah.
Sharks are on the Sharks. The Sharps are on the Sharks. His mother's a mother. His mother's a mother. His father's a mother. Right?
For me, I'm going to take the Desert Dogs. I think they upset Vegas today. Maybe Desert Dogs outright Vegas on the money line. And I'm going to take the Anaheim Ducks plus the 1.5. As hey, the Ducks are 26-14 on the puck line this year,
but only 10-11 on the puck line at home.
Yeah, so we got like a 50-50 shot, a little lower than a 50-50 shot. And I'm sure we're going to get plus money on that. Let's see.
Plus 115.
Yep. So I'll take a shot with that. Give me the Ducks plus the goal and a half. That definitely has one goal written all over it. And I'm going to take the Sharks minus the goal and a half. I think they kick the snot out of the Kings. As the Kings off a win this year, have yet to win the next game after that this year. They win one, and they have not won 2 in a row. So no chance the Kings are going to win 2 in a row. Sharks on the puck line in that one.
I'm going to take a Ruffalo pass on the last 3 games here.
I was going to say that too, a Ruffalo pass.
Yes. I'll take the old Ruffalo pass.
That's a classic.
I'm going to pass on today's card. It's like, well, this is going to be a fun show. All right. So that leads us to parlay time. Rod, who do you like?
For me, we're going to go Spurs plus the points. Sharks minus the goal and a half. And Braves on the money line. Parlay those 3 up. I love that.
Brian?
Yeah, for me, I'm going to take the San Jose Sharks on the money line. The Detroit Tigers plus the 1.5. And the easiest of them all, the Spurs plus the 8.5.
I got the Magic, the Hornets, and the Rockets. Mine. Magic, Hornets, Rockets. Okay, recap time. Brian took in the NBA the Pacers, the Rockets, the Spurs, and the Hawks, and the Rockets. Rod took the Pacers, Celtics, the under in the Knicks game, the under in the Hawks game, the Spurs, Bucks, the Wizards over, and the Clippers. I have the Timberwolves, Magic, Hornets, Rockets. In baseball, Brian has the Rockies, Yankees, Filet-O-Fish, Dodgers, A's, Tigers, run line. We gave him the Dodgers. He doesn't actually have them.
No, I don't have the
We just figured if he has the Yankees, we might as well throw a Dodger parlay. Should I parlay the Dodgers with that? Why not?
I think you can parlay the Dodgers with the Golden Knights and the Avalanche today. All 3 of those super square packs.
I know someone that probably has all 3 of those. Anyways, the Brian has the Rockies, the Yankees, the A's, the Tigers run line, the Mets. He really wants to give out the Dodgers. Rod has the Yankees, Dodgers, the over in the Jays game, the Indians team total over 5, the over in the Braves game, the Braves themselves. And then I had the Rays, the over in the Dodgers Nationals game, and then the Braves, the over in the Astros A's game. And then for hockey, Brian has the Wild, the Sharks, Wild and the Sharks. Rod has the Pens, the Rangers and Islanders to tie after 60 minutes. Then he has the Islanders, the Sabres, the Desert Dogs, the Ducks on the puck line, and the Sharp Sharks on the puck line. For the parlays, Rod has the Spurs, Sharks on the puck line, and the Atlanta Braves. Brian has the Sharks, the Tigers run line, and the Spurs. And I have the Magic, Hornets, and Rockets. Is that correct? Everything correct there? Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Another fun day at the office. And, of course, we're going to try and act more professional tomorrow. We'll be posting the YouTube Premium plays in just a few moments. If you haven't checked out our YouTube Premium, link is in the description. It's an absolute steal. It's a no-brainer. Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow morning.